I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the August 2025 minutes as presented.
There is a motion of approval as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Scott,
opposed? And I understand that since John is remote, we need to have a roll call on the,
Everything.
so.
Scott Shipley,
Aye.
Dr. John Price,
Aye.
Brianne Schneckenberger, aye. Devin Stetler,
Aye.
Chad Gooding,
Aye.
Brian Hurley,
Aye.
Katie Reckert.
Aye.
Thank you. Ryan, any old business we need to discuss tonight? Okay. Looks like there are a couple items under new business. The first item, the second item is Kimley Horn's request for approval of a secondary plat and approval of a development plan for Lot 2 in McCordsville Commerce Park.
The staff was able to speak with the petitioner ahead of this meeting, and the petitioner requested that we continue the secondary plat to the next month's meeting, but we would like to go ahead and present the development plan for Lot 2, if the board is okay with that. So this is for Patch McCordsville LLC. It is, if you all remember this development, it's broken up into 3 districts, District A, B, and C. Lot 2 is in District C, which is primarily a light industrial area. A month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, this board reviewed the lot to the north. Empower was the petitioner there. Now we're looking at the lot to the south, which is going to be a speculative building. The infrastructure and utilities are the same as was for the lot to the north. We have master plan stormwater, sanitary sewer is provided by Aqua, and Citizens is taking care of water. The petition, the project generally complies with all of the applicable development standards through the PUD and the town's ordinances, as well as the highway corridor overlay, landscaping and buffering, sidewalks, trails, as well as paths to the building, parking, lighting. This building went to the ARC in August, and at that meeting, the petitioner agreed to a few enhancements, an enhanced cornice detail with a 1-foot shadow band, and some additional east elevation windows on the side that faces Mount Comfort Road, as well as some knockout panels for potential future windows, since this is a spec building, we don't know who's going to eventually go in there. So the petitioner did submit those updated elevations showing all of those requests from the ARC. This also went to TAP in August. There's really only one outstanding comment from TAP, and it's regarding a gravel strip that is showing along City Drive there, which is the west side. Staff has requested that is a curb and gutter along the outside of that internal roadway for drainage. The petitioner's response to that TAP comment was that they would prefer it remain a gravel strip due to the early nature of Block B, which is that far west block. So we would like to have that discussion this evening with the board and the petitioner. We're certainly open to a compromise if there's a timeline or a commitment when that curb and gutter will be installed. We certainly do not want it to just fall off the radar. It is part of the improvements, and we want to make sure it gets done. So aside from that, staff is in support of Lot 2, and unless you have questions, we're happy to invite the petitioner up.
Thank you. Any initial comments or questions from the board? I think we'd be willing to hear the petition at this point.
Hello, Sean Bush
Sean,
with
give me
Patch
1
Development.
second if you would.
Yep.
I'm gonna flip around.
You gonna mute the?
We should ask Dr. Price. Hey, Dr. Price, could you mute
Yes.
yourself? You're getting some feedback.
I will do that.
All right.
Too much happier.
Thank you.
No problem. Sean Bush with Patch Development. Seems like the only outstanding question is regarding that gravel and the request for gutter. I would like to clarify, so this is on the west side of CB Boulevard, correct? So we would be open to the request, but we would request that we could install that as those western lots develop rather than tying it in to this spec building. Would you be open to that?
We would.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there any other questions for this?
There was another issue with the easements, but is that with the plat, or is that?
That was for the plat.
Okay.
That is one of the reasons that the plat is being continued
Okay.
to next month, so that we can continue to work with the petitioner.
Okay, thank you.
Would staff like us to like put a condition of approval or like a timeline with what he said? Just would that make sense?
Gravel.
Well, it will have to get improved with that block.
With block B.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're okay if it takes a while for Block B to get, okay. Any other comments or questions from the board? If there's no further discussion on the matter, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the development plan for Lot 2 with the condition that the curb and gutter be completed when Block B goes to be developed.
Brianne has made a motion before the board. Do I have a second?
Second.
There is a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We will have to have a roll call on that.
Scott Shipley,
Aye.
Dr. John Price,
Aye.
Brianne Schneckenberger. Aye. Devin Stetler,
Aye.
Chad Gooding,
Aye.
Brian Hurley,
Aye.
Katie Reckert.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like the next item under new business is PC-25-029, Town of McCordsville's request for a favorable recommendation on amendment to the Community Center PUD.
All right. So everyone will probably remember this. I think back this early or late winter, early spring, the town adopted the community center PUD. Thank you. It's perfect. At that point in time, that PUD only covered what we're referring to as the community center parcel, the parcel that the old fire station sits on. And we talked at the time about the fact that we would like to acquire parcels to the north of that, which is on this street is to your left, up along Broadway. That's what we call the old used car lot. And so since we adopted that PUD over the spring and summer here, we were able to able to acquire that property. It is now town-owned. And the tenant, I believe, is now out as well. Thank you. And so it became necessary to incorporate that parcel into the PUD. In doing so, we highlighted a few things that needed to be adjusted in order to make it make sense and to be able to develop that parcel in the way we would like to. And so the vision for that parcel is to, we believe, save the structure that's there today. I will tell you, we still are having some assessment done at the building. That will continue on for a few months. there's always the possibility that there is some larger structural issue with that building that would prevent us from saving it. But the goal as of right now is to save the structure, redo the siding, the sides of it, the exterior of it, and turn it into sort of a museum for the town's leader automobile and a few other pieces of memorabilia. It will not be a museum that you walk into. It's going to have like a glass front on the building, and you're just going to be able to see that memorabilia from the outside. That car is approximately 119 years old, so we don't want people around that. We don't even touch it. We have it back in the garage. It's very old. It's in good shape, but it's still a very old vehicle, and so we want to make sure we protect it properly. So that's the vision for that parcel. It's turned into sort of a museum or a home for the car. And then, of course, fix up the streetscape along Broadway. We'll provide about another six to 8 parking spaces for the community center on this parcel, and just general cleanup of the property. And so in doing that, we developed a not brand new, but a mostly adjusted PUD ordinance that includes all of the things that was in the original PUD, but accounts for what needs to happen in order to reach that vision for this parcel. So some examples of things that have been edited from the original language. We had to address signage because we will now have some signage, both wall and ground sign signage that we were seeking on that parcel. So we're looking at ground sign monumentation, which would be allowed to be, electronic message board. The purpose of that would be to display town events on that message board, so we can better convey things that are happening in the community to our residents and those passing by. There's some special sign allowances for the building, the walls of the building. And those signs are not intended to be signs that, as we've, they're not intended to be oriented or visible from the motoring public. They're intended to be oriented to people who are already on site. And so think of plaques, memorial walls, things that need to be on site to actually be able to see what they are, but they are still signs. And so there's allowances for that within the PUD. And then we've adjusted a few things. Obviously, there's no minimum parking requirements. We've adjusted some landscape things. All of this is really aimed at being able to deliver on the vision of the parcel, noting that this parcel is 0.19 acres in size. It is tiny. And so there are just some aspects of this site in order to develop it in this manner that require some very specific development standards, which have been drafted into the PUD. Everything that's new is in red, and we're happy to dig into any details you want with that. Before I kind of open it up, I just want to note the town has also acquired an agreement with the United Methodist Church, the parcel directly east of the community center parcel. It's not included in this PUD amendment. It's going to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals. Can you point to that empty lot for me? Yep, that empty field right there, or empty yard, I should say. It's its own parcel. We will develop a shared parking lot with the church and the community center on that parcel in order to keep use town funds expeditiously and efficiently. It made the most sense for us to move that parking lot as fast as possible. We can utilize the contractor that's out there today working on the community center to move over to that project, that lot, and build it out before winter hits. In order to do that, we could not go through the PUD amendment process. So luckily, parking lots as primary uses are special exceptions in the zoning ordinance. And so we're able to seek a faster process to get that approved. It's still a process that's 100%. We're going through the process as we would require anyone else to do. It's just a different way of doing it. If we had our druthers and we had more time, we would have incorporated all 3 parcels into this rezone. But again, in order to be expeditious with time and town's money and taxpayer money, it will all feel like one cohesive site, but that parcel will just have a special exception on it instead of being amended into this PUD. So that's kind of the whole kit and caboodle of what's going on here. Progress on the community center is going well. Right now, we're on pace to be done with the construction work by end of year. That's site and building. And then, in theory, we'll have a reservation system to get up and running, and it'd probably be February before we're actually renting the space out. But it's moving pretty well. So happy to answer any questions you have about the overall project. or the specifics of this PUD amendment.
Any questions from the board? There's no questions or further comments. I would entertain a motion.
I'll
We need a
make-
public hearing
Oh,
for
It is a
the
public
big
hearing.
crowd that's here tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can certainly open it up to the public, and there is nobody here,
Yep.
so,
That's all we need to say.
okay. There's no further comments on the matter. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for a favorable recommendation for the amendment to the community center PUD.
Brianne has made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say
Second.
aye.
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 We do need to have a roll call, sorry.
Scott Shipley,
Aye.
Dr. Price,
Aye.
Brianne Schneckenberger,
Aye.
Devin Stetler,
Aye.
Chad Gooding,
Aye.
Brian Hurley,
Aye.
Katie Reichert.
Aye.
Thanks, Ryan. Any other new business from the floor?
Just two notes, thank you, ma'am. Quick reminder that next month, October and November, we moved our Plan Commission meeting to the fourth Tuesday of the month. That was due to the council moving their meeting to the third Tuesday. So it's October 28th next month. So don't be surprised when everything is set back a month, or a week. You'll get our reports and everything out a week late. Again, fourth Tuesday next month and in November. If anyone has a conflict, please just let us know. And then last item, the town has selected a consultant for our Unified Development Ordinance. We selected HWC Consultants, and we are currently working through kind of the scoping and contract negotiation phase of that project. I hope to have a contract on the council agenda in October, and then hopefully starting this thing in earnest at the start of the year. So you'll hear more from us on this. The Plan Commission will be involved in that process, and we will also be reaching out and setting up a steering committee, which I assume at least one or two members of the Plan Commission will be on. And we're still kind of working through that membership right now, but it's coming, and we will get started. That process we do expect to probably take about a year once we get started on it, and we'll just continue to keep providing updates as we go. I think one of the things that we learned maybe from watching other communities that have done this, it's really important to keep your boards involved throughout the process and kind of feed them bits of information along the way as we kind of get certain pieces of it done or mostly done, because it's a lot to absorb when it's a 150-page document at the end of the day to go through at once, and expect you guys to go through it in one or two meetings is probably not realistic. So we will try to bring things to you as this unfolds over the next year or so.
And then I just had a question. I know the meeting minutes from last month touched upon a drainage concern that we had.
Yep.
Mr. Plank, it's hot in here. I don't need to know details now, but I would at some point like for Mark or for you, Ryan, to circle back with the board just to let us know the status. So,
We did have one of our inspectors go out and look for it, could not find the drainage concern. And so we're going to have to contact the property owner and have them meet us on site to point it out to us.
okay. Thanks, Mark. Any other questions or comments from the board?
I was just going to comment. I had sat on the quality of place plan for the county, and they're having a meeting tomorrow, just kind of update, talking about the implementation of that, trail connectivity. We're just going to have like an update meeting. So next meeting, I can give any updates that we have.
Okay, that'd be great.
If there's nothing else to add, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank
Go outside
you.
and cool off.
Yeah. Whew.
Have fun on your trip.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
PowerPoint, I'm so sorry.
Hi. This is what we need to do for council meetings, apparently, to expedite them.
We got Greg going pretty fast compared to how they used to be. You got him going really fast while you're doing
Trying.
process.
Trying. All for efficiency.